Hey everyone, and welcome to Lauren's Weekly Thoughts. Today I'm going to be discussing what way you should be thinking before you step on stage, what you should be thinking on stage, and what way you should be thinking when you're prepping before you have to go backstage for your first round. Guys, when I was competing, I had to get myself into a certain routine that suited me, and of course I want to pass on my knowledge and any experience that I went through onto you guys so that it can help you too. So regarding dance day, what's so important is knowing, number one, that you have trained and give everything in your dance classes and your training classes coming right up to that major competition, and that should be all done months before, of course. Now once you're at that level of knowing fine well that you have worked extremely hard, you're so confident and you're sailing into the competition, automatically you do become a lot more positive in yourself because you know you're ready for the competition. So you need to be at that level first to understand that you should be feeling absolutely amazing come competition day. Now saying that, every single dancer competing on that day, world champions and all, we get so nervous, just like every other human out there. We're all the same, and what separates us is where our training is at. So guys, when, for example, I was going up backstage for Worlds, my mindset was always focused on me come competition day and only me, because I didn't want to mess up anything. So a great tip is to stay focused on yourself and yourself only. I used to forget about everyone else around me. I used to just get in my own zone. I used to block other dancers out, other people out, and just kept going over what I'd done in my process to get to where I was that day. I kept running through steps. I kept running through what my teachers were saying to me in class, what I needed to work on, and I kind of wrote down a little pointers that I used to glance at now and again, to just remind myself to make sure that I do it on stage. Knowing that I've been doing it weeks and months leading up to a competition, it's always good to remind yourself what you need to be doing on stage and what you have been doing, just to give yourself a little credit as well. When I was going to practice and warm up, I was obviously always with my dance teachers, but again, I kept myself to myself. So I used to run through my dances focusing on me, and when I was done with running through my dances and so on, I used to either walk outside to get some air, took myself to a quiet corner in the arena, and again just focused on that first round only. Never mind the second, never mind the third. You have to take one dance at a time, and that's exactly what I done. I only focused on that first round, like it was the only dance I was performing that day. And I think that's why I knew every beat, every tip, where I was starting, where I was stopping, and so on. And then I used to walk into the arena when my competition started. I would never ever watch anybody else. I let my dance teachers do that, or my older sister do that, so that they could judge who I was against, and also kind of give me tips as in, okay Lauren, your competitors' rounds were really good, you need to really step it up, or that way. Because I think that if I watch my competitors, it might put me off my performance, and I know some people like watching to edge them on, but at the end of the day, all that mattered was my result. So I got a routine that suited me, and I just stepped outside and never watched any of my other competitors, and I trusted the people to watch them for me. What I did do is, when I went into the arena, I used to put myself in different positions of the stage. So I used to put myself on the left hand side, the middle, and the right hand side. And then I used to work out, okay, if I start here and if a dancer comes here, I know how to get to this corner quickly. I'll know how to be at the in front of the judge on this part of the dance. I should be finishing middle judge. If I'm beyond, okay, I can reverse and go to. I always had different plans to go with what position I might be in come competition day. So you know as well, when you're working out your numbers, you normally think, okay, so if this is going in 2s or 3s, I will be here. But of course, you know, people might get sick, or people might get injured, or people might slip, that before you know it, you need to be prepared if you're in this position, or this position. And I was always prepared for any challenge that was going to come my way. And of course it has happened to me many a times when two dancers fell back to back and my group was on straight away and I was so focused and ready to go. I know some people get a little bit off guard and so on, so stuff like that you need to be ready and you need to be focused for. So after I used to do that, of course, once you're getting your dress and, you know, sipping on your water and so on and getting really excited, when I went backstage again, I completely kept in my zone. Any girls that were beside me, of course, wished them the best of luck. You know, we used to speak maybe amongst ourselves on what direction are you going first, only because if we were to go the exact same time, then there would have been some sort of clash. It's kind of a guidance of, yes, we have to be spatial awareness on the stage because we can't physically turn our heads, but it's good to know what, you know, who you're on stage with, so that you all know about direction wise, or to be careful, or whoever's faster or forward, let them go. Or it's just kind of that you all have an understanding of, okay, we're all going this direction, so just be aware, because not one of us want to get marked down because she accidentally bangs into me, or I'm coming out of movement, I accidentally bang into her, because one or two or both you could be penalized and obviously get marks to go off. So that's why it's a big stage and you want to just do your own pattern and stay out of each other's way. And because it's a big stage, we can manage to do that. It's always, I feel, the start of a lead where we all kind of go sometimes the same direction or might have the same start, that's always a bit edgy. So I used to work that out backstage with whoever I was on with, and obviously, you know, like I say, we're saying the best of luck, and then kept sipping on my water, focused on myself, was focusing on what way I was walking on, and to make sure I was looking like the dominant one coming on stage. With the whole mindset, because I've been focused from the morning I get up, eating breakfast, working on my own, getting myself to the side and going over my own steps before I put on my dress, was exactly the same headset that I was at backstage. So again, going through all them little tweaks and bits where, you know, you need to be powerful and strong on, or where you're showing off a certain movement in front of a judge and so on, that it was so built and secure in my head anyway, weeks and months, that I, and you as well, you're just ready to perform at that stage. You just want to get up and dance and show off everything that you've been learning, everything that you've been doing in dance class and training months up to it, that it's your time to shine, and you want to walk out on stage like, okay, I'm here, everyone watch me. And I think with my mindset, I could have went one way or the other. Number one, going on the world stage to retain a title, I could put myself under a lot of pressure and get very nervous that I actually put it against my performance. Or I can not really think about the results. I can focus on the determination of my work and the sacrifice that I put in going into that, and just thinking about whatever happens will happen, but you go up and show off everything that you've just done these past few months. And with my nerves, I obviously put them for me to make so that I wouldn't actually psych myself out. So I used to pretend, and it may sound a bit silly, but it worked for me. I used to pretend that everyone in the audience paid in to see me and me only. So I used to pretend it wasn't a competition, that I know that I'm going out there as a lead role and everyone wants to watch me. They want to watch what I've been working on all these months. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and enjoy myself, number one. Number two, I love Irish dance, so all my steps my teachers have built for me and shredded with me, that they have made me feel like I walk on water. So because I didn't think of it as a competition, it was kind of more excitement to, I'm going to have to show this, I can't wait, let's see what happens. So of course, as I walk on stage, my very dominant walk on that I've been practicing months ahead, you know, no one out there realizes that every dancer's heart is in their mouth at that stage. And I'm putting on a very fake smile and pretending, looking at I'm ready to kill this. When inside, obviously, I'm very, very nervous, slightly excited. That's where the adrenaline comes. So as I walk on stage and, you know, everything drops silent, you're coming around and this is your moment as a dancer to perform this. When the music plays and so on, I normally look straight to the back of the hall. I don't look at anybody anywhere, bar glance at my dance teachers to see where they are so that I can glance at them throughout the dance in case like I'm slacking in something or they're kind of telling me keep going, everything's okay. I would glance for my teachers only and then look straight to the back of the hall, focusing on myself. Once the music starts, of course, you're in your zone for your bars and your countdown, and then from then on, I know if I'm going to have a good performance or not, because I know my execution movement at the start is where I feel comfortable in doing, very powerful, very sharp, and then I know, okay, no, I've got this, I'm feeling it, and that's where I go and perform to my best of ability. So I know some people might not think the way I think, but it's my little, I would say, secret that I'm sharing with you guys, because I know that pretending that people have come in and actually bought tickets to see you isn't as much pressure to think, oh my god, this is the World Championship, I have to retain this, or I have to get a recall, or I have to qualify, or I was this place last year and I have to beat this place, or whatever it may be, or whatever pressure, whatever standards you're at, you have your goal. Whether you want your first recall at the World Championships, whether you're trying to beat last year's place, everyone has their goals. I'm just giving you my advice of when I was at the World Championships trying to retain a title, that we still have the same nerves as every other dancer out there. It's just how you deal with them. And I think that was my best option of thinking it wasn't a competition that I'm just going to show off because everyone wants to see it, and I'm going to really, really impress these judges. So once I stepped off stage, there was many a times that I actually don't know what actually went on, what happened on stage. So when I came down speaking to my dance teachers and my sister, I used to say, what was that like? Like, I actually can't remember what happened on stage, because I was so focused. The adrenaline was in me. I was giving everything. One thing I always remember is my last step was probably better than my first, because I was really killing the lactic acid and it wasn't, you know, killing me or anything, and that feeling is fantastic. So when I step on stage, it's my biggest feedback and was from obviously my teachers, and they will be so hard on me no matter what, and would never ever give me a negative comment. If something was bad, I would always know that, okay, Lauren, this is really great, but make sure in next round. Or if it was fantastic, they know you've nailed this, as in you've done everything you could, everything's looking fantastic, now we enjoy the next round. So it's another great thing that there's no negativity around you come off stage. So for example, even if you have a bad round, I would never say to one of my workshop kids that was, oh my god, that was awful, what happened. I would always keep the child positive no matter what, and always get them excited for the next round, because it's never the time to upset a dancer come the competition day. And if it wasn't really that bad, they can really pull it up on the second round, and then you can discuss everything after when you're away from the competitions, and then you're going through the results, and that's where you can start circling and highlighting where went wrong, or what, you know, you think your weakness might be, and so on. So guys, I hope from my past and what I went through and what I used to feel, that it can help you guys too. And this of course is for every single Irish dancer out there, no matter what age, no matter what level you're at. We all go through the same nerves and adrenaline and so on, and we're all in the same boat. So I hope that you can take a little something away from my thoughts this week, and I hope that it can help you guys in some sort of way come your big competition day.